Hey y'all, it's your girl Brian Laws coming to y'all with another video, and today is going to be a Q&A about natural hair. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So real quick, my platform I want to promote is Q&A. I love Q&As. I think they're the easiest ways to answer and ask a question. I feel like I can keep things organized that way. So that being said, the main question that I always get when it comes to natural hair is, how long have you been natural? And I've been natural 4 years. I hit my 4 years December 1st, 2020. And as y'all can see, my hair has grown a lot. And I did the big chop. My hair was super duper short. And of course, I'm happy with the growth. I'm glad that I went natural. And, you know, I personally don't want to go back to the creamy crack. I love my hair. I feel like it's healthier in its natural state. I feel like my hair has grown way more in its natural state than it was when I was relaxed. So yeah, next question that I always get is, what made you want to go natural in the first place? And you know, I wanted to go natural, I think, for a good minute. I didn't know how to start it though. And you know, I just really wanted to know how my curls look. That's really why I wanted to go natural, because I'm like, you know, shoot, I want to know, you know, I want to how my curls look, you know, because I know I got, you know, beautiful hair. So how my curls look, you know? And you know, but it was never something that I was really proactive on. My friend Felicia, we met in basic training. She has a YouTube channel, Felicia Land, so y'all go subscribe to her while y'all at it. She got some great content on there, trust me. But she was the one who really inspired me to go natural. When I went to basic training, I had never seen so many black women that had natural hair. Like, out of all the black females that I went to basic training with, like, only 3 of us were relaxed. Everybody else was natural. And their curls were so pretty. And so, you know, I just got intrigued and more intrigued as basic training went on. Then me and my friend Felicia had a conversation, and she the one who really convinced me to go natural, because, you know, she just made some great points. And when I walked away from the conversation, it was just one of those things that was just like, why not? You know, like, what do I have to lose if I decide to go natural? However, I did not make the decision to do it right away. First of all, we in basic, and when you go to the BX, if y'all ever, because, you know, this is Air Force basic, so you go to the mini BX most of the time, they don't really have a whole lot of things in there, and they definitely didn't have a whole lot of things for natural hair. So I was like, nah, I ain't gonna start it here. You know, this ain't the time. Plus, I just wanted more time to really think about it, because I didn't know where I was going to PCS to after test school or anything. So I was like, you know what, we'll just wait. So I found out in test school that I was getting orders to Germany. So the very first thing that I was concerned about is, who gonna do my hair? Like, who? Because I definitely was not comfortable with, 1, putting a relaxer in my hair, and 2, just doing my hair, period, because I'm impatient. I get frustrated very, very easily. And I was like, I don't have the time or the patience to do my hair. I really don't. However, I was like, you know what? I think this is the time for me to go natural though, because I would have to learn how to do my hair either way. Because first of all, I didn't know nobody overseas that could do my hair, you know, especially, you know, black hair. And then 2, like, they probably gonna charge an arm and a leg. Because one thing that I've known about any type of military community is, like, yes, they support military, but at the same time, they cap off of that. I don't know why they think we rich out here, because we really not. But, you know, I wasn't finna spend an arm and a leg just to get my hair did. But, you know, I wanted to look nice. But I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and do my own hair. And yeah, the rest is history. So I did the big chop, and I never looked back. My hair was super short, y'all, and I'm gonna definitely do the best I can to post a picture in this video of my hair. And I don't know how I'm gonna fit that in. I'm gonna try to fit that in somewhere, but my hair was super duper short, and I had already had a bob too, you know, so it was just easier for me to make the decision to do a big chop. So a tip within this that I definitely recommend is, you really do need to figure out how you want to get your natural hair journey started. So, you know, and it doesn't matter if you dye, relax, texlax, you got, you know, you got any texturizer or anything in your hair, you know, you really do need to figure that out. And now, when I'm talking about dye, I'm not saying that people who have dyed hair are not natural, because there are plenty of naturals whose hair is dyed. But say you may want to get rid of your dye, or maybe you relaxed and, you know, you have a dye in your hair. Whatever your situation is, if you just want to do a good start over, and apply to anybody, in my opinion, no matter what your situation is. So say, for example, you relax, right? You really do need to figure out how you want to start your hair journey. Reason why I say that is because it's very important to know if you want to do the big chop or if you want to do the transition. So with the big chop, that's literally what it means, baby. You cut all that hair off any type of relaxed ends or anything, you cut all that off. Whereas transition literally means, that's what it means, you're basically transitioning. So you're not cutting all your hair off at once. You're letting your new growth do its thing, and then when your new growth gets to a certain length, you just cut off all the relaxed ends. So me personally, the reason why I did the big chop is because my hair was in a bob. So it was, you know, short in the back, a little bit long in the front. So not only, if I would have transitioned, not only would I have had to wait for, you know, new growth, I would have had to wait for my hair to get even. And I just didn't know how my hair was going to turn out in that state. So I said, you know what, my hair already short, it's uneven, so it would be best for me to just go ahead and do the big chop. However, no matter whether you decide to do the big chop or you decide to transition, it's all in what you're comfortable with. Doing the big chop can be traumatizing for some people, but at the same time, doing a big chop can be easier for some people. Transitioning, you know, some people probably like, well, that's too long, I probably can't wait, I ain't, you know. Or for some people, like, yeah, that'd probably be better for me because if my hair still got some length to it, you know, I can do something with it. Because when you do the big chop, it's pros and cons to both. When you do the big chop, you know, you really are limited on hairstyles for a good pick because your hair is short. Of course, you can wear wigs and get braids and stuff. When we talk about natural hair and dual styles with that, you are limited unless you add hair, however you choose to add it. Transitioning, in my opinion, the drawback of it would be is that, and I'm sorry if I, you know, offend anybody, but your hair really doesn't look as healthy. That's not saying that your hair isn't healthy, but it doesn't look as healthy because you got to think, you got curly hair, curly roots and everything, and then you just got these straight ends. So your hair really isn't going to look healthy. However, you can do more with it. You won't be able to really wear your natural hair out, though, as much as you would as a big chop, because if you got those straight ends and you put products in it, your hair really isn't going to curl like that. So you're really not going to be able to do wash and goes and stuff, but you can still do ponytails, you can still do braids, you can whatever you know you want to do, but your natural curls really won't show as much, at least at the ends it won't. And in my opinion, and again, sorry if I offend anybody, but it won't look right. However, you just got to know how you want to take that first step. You know, you got to know what you're comfortable with and how you're going to start your journey. And me personally, you know, I needed to do the big chop just to help me get to where I needed to be. And a good start over, you know, for me was good. I feel like my hair flourished a lot. I didn't last long in my big chop phase, or what they call it, teeny weeny. Is it Afro? TWA? Yeah, teeny weeny Afro or something like that. Mine didn't really last that long because my hair started growing within a month, and by the end of the year, I could put my hair in a bun. By the end of the next year, I could put my hair in a bun. So I wasn't really in that phase for a long time at all. And yeah, so another thing that I wish I would have did was, I wish I would have did research. I didn't research anything. And whenever you're trying something new, y'all, please research anything. And hair is no different, because you need to, you know, understand what type of porosity you have. You need to understand, you know, what products are out there. You know, you really need to have an understanding about all that stuff. You need to have an understanding about porosity first. We're not going to get too deep into porosity because porosity, it can be a whole video of its own. And I think I will step outside my comfort zone a bit and do like a educational video about porosity, because I still have a lot to learn too. I'm not no hairstylist or nothing. I'm just a person who decided to go natural, and I've had to do research, you know, so I can figure out what works and what doesn't work. You see what I'm saying? And you know, what can I do to my hair to get it to grow, and most importantly, you know, be healthy and stay healthy. So porosity is important because porosity tells you how well your hair retains and absorbs moisture. Well, I should have said absorbs first. So it tells you how well your hair absorbs and retains moisture. And the reason why that's so important is because you need to know that so you can know what products to use, and most importantly, how to apply those products. Because in my opinion, at least for my hair, it doesn't really matter what products I use. My hair isn't necessarily pricky about most products. But because I have low porosity hair, how I apply those products matter, because it's all about what's going to give me the most moisture, because moisture is the key to growth. I don't care what nobody tell you. In my opinion, moisture really is the key to growth. It's just like water. You know, you don't water it's just like using water for flowers or water for your body. You don't consume enough water, your body does not function the way that it's supposed to. Just like with water, you don't water, plants. You don't water your plants, then how are your plants going to survive? It's the same way with your hair. Your hair does not have moisture. What is it going to do? It's going to get brittle, and it's going to, get brittle and dry, and then it's gonna break off. And how is that retaining any type of length? And also, how is that a sign of healthy hair in any shape, way, or form? It's not, sis or bro. It's just not. So it's really important to know your porosity so that you can know how to apply products. And there are certain products that work more for certain porosities, but in my opinion, and you got to pay attention to those ingredients, what works for your hair and what doesn't, and we're going to get to that. But you really do need to learn your hair porosity. So there's three kinds of porosity. There's low porosity, there's medium porosity, and there's high porosity. So with low porosity, your hair does not absorb moisture well, but it retains it because your cuticle, because when you have low porosity hair, that just means that your cuticles, most of the, well, basically all the time, they stay tightly closed. So you have to figure out a way to open them so that you can get the products into your hair so they can do whatever it is that they need to do. Medium porosity hair, your hair is perfect. You know, you don't have a hard time retaining or absorbing moisture. Them cuticles open so that moisture can get in, and then they close so that moisture can stay. Probably should have explained medium porosity last, but it's all good. We'll work with it. Then you have high porosity. So high porosity hair, your hair absorbs well, but it does not retain, because with high porosity hair, your cuticles stay open. So it's like you get the moisture in, but because your cuticles are open, that moisture immediately escapes. So that's why it's so important how you apply your products, because you have the LOC method, the LCO method. You have a couple, but I know about the LOC method and the LCO method. And you have to just test those out to see which one works. So the LCO method or the LOC method, literally both of the L stands for liquid or leave-in, the O stands for oil, and then the C stands for a cream. Some people use gel, some people use foam, whatever it is, you know, to get that moisture to stay in your hair. You just have to figure out which one works. For me, the LOC method works the best, again, because I have low porosity hair. And, you know, I've been able to retain moisture that way and absorb it that way. So, you know, when you have low porosity hair, again, the issue is that your cuticles are too tightly closed. So there are things you can do, you know, like using heat to open your cuticles and all that good stuff. And certain products, you know, may penetrate a little bit better, you know, just to, like I said, you know, to get past those cuticles and do whatever they need to do. But, and I know I'm being repetitive, and I feel like I haven't gotten to the issue of why porosity. Yeah, I mean, porosity is important, like I said, because, you know, you need to know how to properly moisturize your hair, you know, so your hair can be healthy as it should be. But I didn't research none of that, and I should have. So I'm encouraging you to do it. So research your hair's porosity. You want to know your porosity first, and this is my opinion, because you want to know what products to buy. Like I said, everybody's hair is different. My hair works on most things, and like I said, I feel like it's more so on how you apply the product than the product itself, but it doesn't mean that you won't run into situations where your hair does not like products. And there are products that are designed for, you know, certain porosities, but everybody's hair is different. Like I said, mine is not picky. Everybody's hair is not like that. So with that being said, once you learn your hair's porosity, then you know what products you need to buy. So when it comes to my products, it can be very overwhelming because there are a lot of products out there. There are a lot of black-owned businesses out there now, way more than they used to be back in the day, selling natural hair products, which is an amazing thing. However, it's so many. So the main thing is, once you learn your porosity, you kind of have an idea of what products that you should lean towards. Once you learn about the LOC method or the LCO method, whichever one you choose, you also know what products to kind of lean towards. You just kind of have some options. You have an idea. And, you know, you can, like, yeah, you can go from there. So with that being said, you know, definitely Googling is always a great way so you can see what's out there. In my opinion, I think the best thing to do, of course, like I said, is to Google research some products. And then if you want to go to a store, you already have an idea of what you want. Because when you go to a store, you see all these products, especially if you go to a big beauty supply store, you're going to be like, bruh, this is a lot. This is like, where do I even start? Then you go buying a whole bunch of things. You spent all this money just for you to go home with products that don't even work for you. Like, we ain't got time for that. We ain't got time to be wasting money. So with that being said, it's best to do your research beforehand. And it's also smart to make a budget. You need to know what you can afford when it comes to natural hair, because I think that's another reason why a lot of people don't go natural, because they think that it's super expensive. And it doesn't have to be. It really does not have to be. However, you want quality products for your hair. You do. However, you know, you do have to be mindful of how expensive it can be. It can be expensive, but it does not have to be. It depends on what products you're buying. It depends on the ingredients. It depends on who you buying those products from. It depends on a couple of factors. So if you go ahead and make a budget when you go to the store, when you're shopping online, you already have an idea of how much money you have, and you already have an idea of how much money you want to spend. So you, like I said, you're just not grabbing things and just spending money for no reason. In conclusion, with that, with those two questions, the main takeaway that I want y'all to get out of that is, for one, do your research, know how you want your hair to start. Go on YouTube, you know, read, go on YouTube, do all that, see, you know, how people have dealt with their big chops, transitions, what products they're using, any tips and everything that they can provide, because you really do, if you want your hair to be healthy, you're going to have to put in the work, and that's just it. And sometimes putting in the work is just doing research, especially when it comes to products and how to apply products and this, that, and the third. So before you even think about going natural, if you have not done it yet, or even if you are natural and you know you haven't been researching this stuff, go ahead and do that. Go ahead and research, you know, so you can know what to expect, or just better, you know, or just improving what you're currently doing. Cool. So the next question that I normally get is, you know, how did your hair, do I want to answer that now? Because I was about to say the next question I get is how your hair grows so fast, but I'm going to leave that one for the last one. The next question that I normally get is, you know, what products are you currently using? So I'm using a couple of products. Right now I got Cantu, I have Main Choice, I got African Pride, I have Shea Moisture, I have Silky Hawaiian Sky, I have Aussie. Is that it? I feel like I'm missing one. What is it? Yeah, I got like 7 different products that I'm using. So I really don't have like one in particular that I'm using that I'm sticking to. And I'm kind of like doing like a battle of the products right now, to where I see at the end of the week which product gives me the best results. And so far it's the African Pride. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, because I did a twist and then I rolled my hair, and my hair, first of all, is still soft. My hair is still, my curls are very bouncy. My hair is really shiny. It is though at the end of the week when I take them down. Oh, that's makeup. I got makeup in my hair. Yeah, we'll see how it is at the end of the week, though, when I take them down, and see if they give me the results that I'm looking for. But I do not have, like I said, a main product that I'm using. And I know a lot of times people ask me that because they're trying to figure out, like, what are you doing to get your hair to grow so long? And that's the next question that I get. So when it comes to long hair, in my opinion, you really need to focus on health. Healthy hair is what's important more than anything. If your hair is healthy, everything else follows suit. It's just kind of like your body. When you are healthy, everything else follows suit. So when it comes to health, and there are some people in this world that can eat whatever they want, hair still grow. And that's just is what it is, you know. And I'm one of those people. I actually am. However, I don't eat bad or anything. I'm not the healthiest person in the world, but I don't necessarily need to be on this healthy, strict diet to get my hair to grow. However, I do believe in health, and I do believe in how you take care of yourself on the inside is what's going to bring out the outside. So that is something to consider. Like, maybe your hairs are growing because you aren't drinking enough water, or you aren't eating healthy. You're not giving your body the nutrients that it needs. So therefore, you know, you're depriving your hair of the nutrients that it needs, if that makes sense. Like I said, I'm not a scientist or nothing, but that's just the logic that I came up with. So you might have to look into that. But healthy hair is always important more than anything. And so the reason why my hair has grown and it is as long as it is now is because I've just done different things throughout the years to just try to, you know, make sure that my hair is healthy. The main thing that I focus on is making sure that my hair is moisturized, because I've always had an issue with dry hair. Not like an ongoing issue, but my hair has always been very prone to dryness. Even when I was relaxed, it was the same thing. When I was natural as a kid, it was the same thing. So I made sure that I kept my hair moisturized and that I keep my hair moisturized. I don't moisturize my hair every day. I used to when I first did my big chop, but of course, you know, my routine has improved throughout the years. It really has. I definitely don't do the stuff that I did when I first started being natural, but again, that's because I learned along the way, which learning along the way, you're going to do that even when you do research beforehand. However, it's still just important to just go ahead and do that research so you know what to expect as always. But moisture was my main technique. However, Other things that I have found out that are just as helpful is, for one, you know, making sure you don't clip your ends a whole lot. You know, there's this whole thing about clipping your ends every 4 weeks or even 8 weeks. Clip your ends as you need to, but how are you going to retain any length if you keep clipping your ends? You see what I'm saying? First, I clip my ends like 2 times a year. And starting this year, I did it last year in October. I'm going to go every 6 months to get my hair straightened and get my ends clipped. You know, because getting your ends clipped eventually, in my opinion, you know, for me at least, I need to get my ends clipped and I need a good cut. So I decided that I was going to go to a professional to get that done. I have no issue with that. I was clipping my ends on my own, but when I went to a professional, finally got my ends clipped, like, baby, my hair was... My curls were bouncier. They look better. My hair looked healthier. Everything just looked better. So, yes, just do the best you can to minimize how often you need to clip your ends. It's different for everybody, but I don't really think that we all need to clip our ends every 4 weeks. But, again, that's just my opinion. You might have to. But if you want to retain length, in my opinion, again, I don't think that's the best thing to do. Another thing is, it would be wise to limit how often you flat iron your hair and even blow dry your hair. And when I'm talking about blow dry, I'm talking about literally blow dry, not sitting up under a blow dry. I don't think that sitting up under a blow dryer is going to damage your hair in any way. But flat ironing, for sure. Like, if you flat iron a lot, eventually, especially if you flat iron every day, 9 times out of 10, you're probably going to get heat damage. And, of course, if you get heat damage, hair's going to be dry, brittle. It's going to break off. That's not going to retain length whatsoever. In my opinion, when you become natural, I do believe that you are more prone to heat damage, so keep that in mind as well. That's why most people who are natural, you don't see them flat iron their hair often. They're probably flat iron their hair like 1 to 2 times a year, and that's it. So, you know, make sure you just keep flat ironing your hair or using any type of harsh heat to your hair, period, to a minimum, so you don't damage your hair. Cool. Another thing is... What's another thing that I did to get my hair to grow? Oh, protective styles. So, I honestly believe don't get me wrong, my hair was growing, but when I started doing twists, that's when I really believe that my hair started to flourish, because when I do my twist, I don't touch my hair. I literally just twist my hair, just let it sit here and let it do this thing, and I don't take my hair down until the weekend. Then next week come, and then I, you know, go ahead and twist this bad boy right on up, and then I'm on by my way. And this has helped me a lot because it's low manipulation. So low manipulation is very important. You really don't want to be putting your hands in your hair every day, because that can cause your hair to break off as well. You want hairstyles that are not going to be too harsh on your hair, like they're not going to pull your hair too much. And again, hairstyles that protect your hair, so that retain the moisture, that protect it from elements, all that. And twists do that for me. Plus, with me being in the military, putting a bun in my hair every day was not ideal. I knew eventually that it probably would cause damage to my hair, especially with me being natural and having to do my hair every day. Like, you know, that's probably going to cause issues on down the line. So I wanted a hairstyle that, you know, would last me throughout the week, and I wouldn't have to do it until a whole week later. My friend Jasmine, she was the one who actually recommended to do 2-strand twists, because her cousin was doing it. Because, you know, they've been easy. However, just doing my own hair, that was the hard part. But now that I've been doing my hair for the last 4 years, for the most part, you know, you know, everything's been working out, and I have perfected my technique, and now it only take me like an hour to do two-strand twists. And, so, yeah, that's really what's worked for me. That's worked very well for me. But any type of low manipulation protective hairstyle, whichever one that you can do, whichever one you can keep up with, I highly recommend, man, because y'all do not want to be putting your hands in your hair all the time. You want to leave your hair alone and let it do another thing. If your hair knows what it wants, man, and if your hair is telling you that it don't like a product and you keep using it, don't keep doing it. I know you want to keep the product because you don't want to waste money on it, but sometimes, as a natural, eventually you're going to run into that problem. It's inevitable. We've all been there, and I ran into that problem last year when I used a certain product that didn't work for my hair. And it's going to happen. It's going to happen. You do feel some type of way because you wasted money, but you can't keep using a product that doesn't work for your hair. It's not doing you any justice. So, if you want long hair, and most importantly, healthy hair, then you got to be able to do the right things, you know, to get there. Make sure when you go to sleep at night, you have a bun on your hair. You're protecting your hair. Make sure, you know, you're not putting harsh chemicals in your hair, of course. make sure you pick like a good hair routine as well, as far as what day you want to do your hair, what products you want to use, all that, because your routine essentially is what's gonna really grow your hair as well. So you need to pick a day. Like I said, you need to pick a routine. You want to deep condition every week, every 2 weeks. You want to wash every week, every 2 weeks. You want to do the LOC method, LCO method, what products you want to use. So yeah, definitely get your routine down pat for sure. What type of detanglers are you using? Is the detangler that you're using, is it taking too much out of your hair? A great detangler that I recommend is the Easy Detangler. That detangler is amazing. Doesn't matter what conditioner you use. You don't have to go out and buy no super expensive conditioners, because you can use that thing whether your hair dry, wet, or whatever the case may be. So definitely recommend that. And I think I wrote some stuff down. Like I said, I cannot remember what I did with my paper. I feel like this would have been so much better if I had my notes. But this is where we at. But if I had to tell y'all, those are the things that I did to get my hair to grow long and stay healthy. And last but not least, the question that I get the most is, how did you make your hair grow so fast? So my hair did grow fast. However, I personally have always had, my hair has always grown fast. That's why I really don't get braids and stuff like that, because my hair, it just grows really fast. Like I said, that's just always been a thing for me. But I really don't want y'all to focus on that. Reason being is because you can get very insecure when you focus on other people and the length of their hair and how fast their hair grew and stuff. Everybody is different. There is no time clock that your hair needs to be this length by this time. Because like I said, when you focus on the health, everything else follows suit. Another reason why I just don't think it's a good idea to worry about your hair growing fast, because you may try all these crazy trends like co-washing only. I'm sorry, I don't agree with co-washing only. That's just my opinion. Shoot me. I don't like it. It's just not my thing. I don't do it. Again, I don't agree with it. I don't, and I'm going to make that known. I don't agree with it. I ain't judging nobody who do. I don't like the whole idea of co-washing only, and I'm not going to go into a rant in this video. I'm just not. But it's just, you don't want to fall into doing trends, though. You really don't. And you don't want to do anything crazy or drastic to try to get your hair to grow, because then you might be putting your hair in more, danger. And we ain't trying to do that either. So the best way to answer that question is, there really is no way to get your hair to grow fast. It's different for everybody. Genetics probably play a part. Products probably play a part. How often you do your hair plays a part. Like I said, I really can't even tell you how my hair grew fast, because my hair just grows fast anyway, no matter what I do, no matter what I use. However, my hair is healthy, and that's what's most important. And I've done things and done research and watched videos and read things, just to get my hair, to get my hair's health up to par. And that, of course, has helped my hair to grow the length that it has now. And then there are people who've been, who haven't been natural as long as me, who has longer hair than mine. And there are people who've been natural longer than me, and my hair is probably the same length or even longer than theirs. Like, it's different for everybody, but it's all beautiful hair. All of it is beautiful. There really is no way to answer how to get your hair to grow fast. Now, there may be some methods out there, I don't know, but I just feel like that, you shouldn't worry about trying to get your hair to grow fast. You just worry about getting your hair healthy and maintaining that health, and then worry about the growth and everything, because the growth is going to come. It's going to come. Like, in my opinion, if you take care of your hair when you're natural, your hair is going to grow. But when you set these large expectations because you look at other YouTubers and you're like, oh, their hair grew fast, oh, their hair is pretty, oh, their hair is big, I love their curl pattern. Like, all our hair is different. So your curl pattern, your length, and everything is not going to be the same as anybody else's. Your hair is not going to grow at the same pace. That's why those types of questions, in my opinion, really can't be answered. I can't answer that. I cannot tell you how my hair grew fast. And in my opinion, I really don't think that my hair grew super duper fast. I think that I'm in a good length for it to be 4 years. But like I said, my hair has always just grown fast. Like, within a month, my teeny weeny fro, when I picked it out, I literally, like, it was just growing. It was just growing. But and I don't want to sound contradicting when I say that, because I know I just said my hair normally grow fast, which it does. But I don't think that my hair is outrageously long for me to be natural for 4 years. I really don't. I think my hair is at a great length. I think it's at the right length for me for 4 years, because we're talking about hair. We're talking about natural hair. So it's not something like, oh, you're gonna wake up overnight and your hair is gonna be super duper long. Like, no. That's not the case. For many people, it took them years to grow, their butt length hair, or waist length, or whatever. Maybe even leg length probably took them years to grow that. So You know, don't worry about a race. It's not a race. Just focus on your hair's health. That is basically my Q&A. I hope I answered everybody's questions about everything, and I hope y'all enjoyed the video. And yeah, I'll catch y'all on the next one. So y'all have a God bless night. I'll always be praying for y'all. I love y'all. And again, thank y'all for watching my video. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to your girl. Again, my name is Bonnet, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Bye.